All right. What's up? Prop the mic. PTM here on Tuesday, February 28th. You like that, huh? I put the date in there.
It's a real enhancement to the show.
Yes, we got to timestamp the show. So now everyone knows what day it is, and away we go. Nice night last night, right?
Yeah, great night. You and I said after yesterday's pod, we're like, the picks just flowed really easily yesterday. And usually when that happens, we do really well. We also stuck with a lot of low lines, which is great.
Yeah.
I think almost all three of them cashed in like the second or third quarter, which is great.
Yeah, it was great. We were in a flow state.
We
were in a flow state.
Well, let's get back to the flow state.
I'm ready.
Not guaranteeing a perfect night every night, but we're looking to win more than we lose. So let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right. So first game, we got the Wizards at the Hawks. Hawks are -7. Total is 234.
All right. Not a ton to target in this game. I got nothing on the Washington against Washington, like on the Atlanta side. The one place to look, the best position to target are wing shooting guards, which is Bogdanovic. His no lines out for him yet, but a great matchup across the board, points, and then all your combos off of that. Who do I like against Atlanta? So on the Washington side, you got Monty Morris out, right? So you have a good matchup with your combo / point guards, which is DeLon Wright, who will be your point guard here tonight. Combo point guards averaging 7 assists per game since February 1st against Atlanta. His line is 4.5 assists and is plus 100. He had 10 assists against the Hornets on February 8th when Monty Morris was out of the lineup. And he was on the Hawks last season. So you have a little bit of a revenge narrative there as well, and familiarity with the guys he's going to be going up against.
Yeah, I got to say, there's about 450 players in the NBA, and he's probably one that I know very little about. So the rest of them I know. So thanks for introducing me to DeLon.
You got it. I learned today he's a Utah Ute.
Oh,
so,
nice.
Did a little digging into DeLon Wright. So,
Porzingis is also out this game.
Yes,
I'm surprised you're not going back to the well.
Back to the well with
Gafford.
Oh, with Gafford.
Right, centers against the Hawks is pretty good, no?
Not lately. It hasn't been as much.
Right.
That's a good point. I mean, with him out. That's good. What got me going here? I actually like Beal here. Rebounds.
Oh,
so
really?
It's 3.5 rebounds. Is his line? It's -165. But combo shooting guards against Atlanta since February 1st, averaging just under 5 rebounds per game. In his 5 games that he's played this season without Monty Morris, he's cleared this in 4 of 5 and averaging 4.6 rebounds. In the 6 games he's played without KP, he's done it in 4 of 6, averaging 4.2 rebounds. And then his last 2 games on the road, 6 rebounds and 7 rebounds. And the 7 came in the game without KP and without Morris the last game. So
yeah. I mean, KP is going to free up 7 or 8 rebounds there. So, I mean, Gafford will get most of those. But
yeah, you don't think about rebounds with Beal much, but
not much. I do like the point guard rebounds. I mean, point guards play big minutes usually. And there's in the NBA especially, there's not a lot of offensive players crashing the boards. Most of them, you look at even the centers. A lot of them just once a shot goes up, they start running back.
Yeah,
because of the pace of the game. So a lot of those rebounds end up in the hands of the guards.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's where you get these numbers. Okay, cool. Anybody else?
That was all I have for this game.
Yeah, this is not. I mean, the total is 234, so there will be scoring, but I really wasn't that excited about this game.
Yeah. I think we should move on.
Next game, we get the Bucks at the Nets. Nets are getting 6.5 at home. Total is 230.5. I think the assumption is that Giannis is playing with that 6.5. Is that what you're reading too?
I think so. Yeah, I think he's going to play.
Okay.
Matchup wise, you have a great matchup. Big centers against Brooklyn, points, rebounds, and then your combos off of that. So I love former net Brook Lopez tonight. I like his points, 12.5, minus 135. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He's done this in his last 5 of 7 overall, averaging 19.1 points per game. His last 3 games, 22, 17, and 33. He's done this in his last 7 of 10 on the road, averaging 17.6 points per game. His last 4 of 5 on the road, averaging 21.2 points per game. And on December 23rd against Brooklyn, he had 23 points.
Yeah. Does he step up against Brooklyn historically? Did you look at last season too?
Did I look at I forget if I looked at last season or not.
I mean, I don't think he left Brooklyn very contentiously.
It's been a while. It's been a while too.
It's been a while, and quite honestly, his career took off when he left there.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, I like that play a lot, and I also like it. He tends. I don't have the stats here, but I've looked at this in the past. Mm-hmm. He tends to perform better when Giannis actually doesn't play. Mm-hmm. Obviously, a lot more shots available. So Giannis is going to play, but Giannis might play some reduced minutes tonight, given the 2 injuries he's dealing with. So, okay, cool.
Yeah. I also like his PR. I won't go through all this same, but all the numbers I just gave, it's in some ways even better with his PR. It's 19.5, and he had 28 in that game against Brooklyn, and all the rest really compelling historical, recent history for his PR as well. So
yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
On the what do we have? Just one real quick. Wing shooting guards against Brooklyn have been pretty good. So Grayson Allen, 2.5 rebounds is plus 105. He's done this in 7 of 10 overall, 7 of 10 on the road. The last 3 times he played Brooklyn, he had 5 rebounds in every single game. He's done it in 4 of 5, 4 of his last 5 against Brooklyn, averaging 4 rebounds per game. So something with him in Brooklyn. But we never win on Grayson Allen bets. So
we never win on him scoring, but we don't often go to the ancillary stats. I kind of like that. What was it? 2.5 rebounds? You said?
2.5 rebounds plus 105.
I really like that.
Last 3 against Brooklyn, 5, 5, 5.
I like that a lot.
Not just
anybody on the Brooklyn side?
No.
I like running a play back from the other day. I like Bridges, still 4.5 rebounds. He's done this in 5 out of 5 games, and I think the one position that actually rebounds well against Milwaukee is the small forward.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And
8 rebounds per game.
Yeah, 8 rebounds per game. So this is that's his spot, right?
He's
considered a power forward.
Kind of. Yeah. I'll put him in there.
The whole team is.
The whole team is just these big wing forward guys. Yeah,
small power forwards. Yeah. All right, cool. What do we got next? We got the Bulls at the Raptors. Raptors minus 5. This one, careful. Total is 219.5. Ugly.
Very ugly.
FVV is returning.
Yep.
And is in a very good spot tonight.
Yes, he is.
All right. Go for it.
You're on him too.
Yes.
Points?
Yeah, points. 19.5 points, minus 120.
Yeah.
Played the Bulls twice this year. November 6th, he had 30. November 7th, it was weird. They had a back-to-back in different cities. Like, you're going to play each other twice in a row and not stay in the same city.
Oh, yeah. I remember when that happened, actually.
Yeah. So November 6th, 30 points. November 7th, 27 points. 6 of his last 10. All good stuff. My only concern is I don't even know why he was out of the lineup, but
it was his birthday.
It was his birthday.
Yeah, it said personal reasons on the injury report.
Oh, it was personal reasons?
Yeah.
Oh, he was only out for one game or
he was out for he hasn't played since before the All-Star break.
Right.
So have they only played? No, they played 2 games since. So I don't know what the one was, but I met the last game he missed. Siakam gave him a shout out, happy birthday shout out when they were interviewing him at the end of the game. So
All right.
Yeah.
Hope a team that's in the playoff crunch and the guy's taking days off for his birthday.
Yeah.
It's got to be more than that.
I got one more interesting stat to back up this play here. So in his last 5 games with OG Anunoby in the lineup, he's averaging 28.4 points per game. 28, 17, 25, 39, 33.
Yeah, he's it's kind of weird with him. It's like if you think he's going to break 20 points, which is his line, you almost might as well bet
him 35.
20, it was like 26 or 27, something like that.
Yeah.
And get like plus 200 odds.
Yep.
Cuz he either gets like 14 or 30.
Yeah. Yeah, you see this right here, 28, 39, 33. Yeah.
And it's all correlated with how well he shoots the 3 ball. In his last, I think it was his last 10 games, he's averaging 9.3 attempts. So the volume's there. So if he hits 5 of those, that's 15 points right there.
Yeah.
And if he hits 3, then that's where he gets his low scoring night. Yeah. His threes were also compelling too. His line was over 2.5, and in his 2 games against the Bulls, he had 5 and 6. So that's an even bigger margin. So whichever you like, points, threes, I think they're both good plays here.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, so nothing else on the Toronto side, but on the Chicago side, your wing shooting guard is in a great matchup against Toronto. So Zach LaVine, I like him on his points, 24.5 points, minus 115. He's done this in 6 of 10 overall, his last 6 of 10 on the road. In his last 2 games against Toronto, just like FVV, 30 points and 26 points. Something about these 2 guys against each other's teams seem to do well.
Yeah, he's been really it's like he just absorbed all of DeRozan's points, right? DeRozan's shooting has just fallen off, and he's just picked it all up. So
yeah,
I remember when his line was like 21, 22. Now he's like in the high 20s. Okay, I like that play too. Again, go cautiously on this game. Total of 219.5 is like not a lot of scoring. So
yeah.
All right, cool. Lakers at the Grizzlies. Grizzlies minus 9. Totals 230.5. Big news. LeBron is going to be out for a minimum of 2 weeks. It looks like his season could be over. Quite honestly.
Yeah, it's amazing that he that he continued playing in the game on that injury. It's pretty.
What is he? He's 39 years old.
39, yeah.
38,
yeah.
When stuff pops, when you say it, I think it popped, right? Is what he said at the age of 39. That's usually months of rehab. So
rough.
But he's LeBron. He's different. He's built differently. So hopefully he'll get some good news and they'll make a little playoff push, because they actually are looking better of late with these trades they made. So
yeah, Vanderbilt was the guy they needed there for sure.
That was a steal. Yeah, I mean, he had a monster game against Dallas, and both offensively and defensively. So he was a steal for them.
Yeah.
So I really hope LeBron comes back and they can make the playoffs. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
All right. What do you like here?
All right, this game. So point guards against Lakers have just been crushing. So this is a great spot for Ja tonight. I like him a few different ways. Point guards against the Lakers, averaging just under 30 points per game since February 1st. 36 points in assists, 34 points in rebounds, 41 par. So this is just a great spot for him. So I like his points. Not a ton to back it up. He's done his last 6 of 10 at home. It's 27.5 points. But these ones were pretty interesting. So actually his rebounds and assists is 14.5.
Yeah.
He's done it in 8 straight games, including 6. So 2 of those were from last season, but he's done it in 6 straight this season on 2 days rest at home. Every single game this season. And then also just his straight rebound line, 6.5 rebounds. He's done in 7 of 10 overall. He's done in his last 5 of 6 at home, averaging 8.2 rebounds. And on 2 days rest at home, his last 7 of 8, averaging 9 rebounds on 2 days rest at home. Yep.
Nice. Yeah, he definitely plays better at home. I'm looking at his last game. Why did he only play 24 minutes against the Nuggets? I mean, it was they won 112-94, so it wasn't.
That game was the last game. They were blowing them out.
They were blowing them out, so he didn't play the fourth quarter or something like that.
Yeah, he probably played less in the rotation.
Yeah. That makes me feel better because the game against the Sixers, he had a horrible game. Played 32 minutes, 15 points, and only 8 RA. But in the previous game against Denver, he had 23 points in only 24 minutes. So if he gets 30 minutes a run, and at that projection, he'll get a 30-point game. So I like that.
Yeah, I think that was I remember them talking that game. The Denver guys, the Denver broadcasters saying, they didn't know how long they were going to keep Jokic and those guys in the game, and then they must have ended up coming back a little bit, Denver. But it was I remember they were blowing them out early on. Anyway, and then on the Lakers side, not a ton of great matchups against Memphis, but I like here your bigs and like power forwards. So rebounding wise for AD, it's something I'd look at, but I actually like Vanderbilt.
Baby.
Over 8.5 rebounds. Not a ton to go on, but his last 2 games, 17 rebounds and 9. And he, going back to last season against Memphis, granted he was on Minnesota, he's had 5 double-digit rebounding games against Memphis going back to last season.
Yeah. The last 3, I thought he had 7, and 8. No?
The last 3.
Against Memphis.
The last 3. Yeah, he did. I'm saying those were all last season.
Yeah.
Those
but those were only done in. The reason why I like that, I wasn't scared by that, is he did that in only 22 minutes of play. And on the Lakers, he's starting. So and his minutes are going to get even higher.
Great point.
With LeBron being out. So
great point.
Yeah, I mean, I think AD at 12.5 is probably good. We went through that breakdown a week or so ago with kind of how he performs without LeBron, and he does rebound like a beast. I think they both crossed their lines. So whichever one you like better, AD or Vanderbilt, rebounds are good.
Yeah, for sure. All
right. Next, we got the Nuggets at the Rockets. I had a hard time finding a play here just because this is going to be a blowout. Rockets are minus 10.5 at home. Total is 232. Anything?
I got one with your name written all over it. Okay.
First quarter?
No, it's not first quarter, but it's a super low line.
Okay, perfect.
So against Denver, wing/small forwards, which is Kenyon Martin and what's his name? Matthews, but we're going to talk about Kenyon Martin here, averaging 4 assists per game since February 1st. His line tonight's 1.5 assists. He's done in 8 of 10 overall, 7 of 10 at home, and his last 3 of 4 against Denver.
Yeah, I think Jalen Green is back, and it looked like Kevin Porter Jr. might be back.
He was probable, yeah.
He was probable. So, but I don't know if that helps or hurts. Certainly,
only 2 assists. It's kind of fluky. Almost.
He still starts,
even
with the 2 of them in the lineup, and you got to figure there's more scorers on the floor, so that should help him, right? Get assists.
Yeah, 2 assists. Yeah, that's all we need.
That's all we need. Just 2 little assists.
All we need. And then on the Denver side, so combo shooting guards against Houston, great matchup. Averaging 34.5 par since February 1st. So I like KCP here. Over 15.5 par, minus 125. He's done this in 6 of 10 overall, 7 of 10 on the road. But this one was nice. So Aaron Gordon's been out of the lineup for a little while. He's back now. KCP's cleared 15.5 par in his last 4 of 5 games with Aaron Gordon in the lineup. So.
Okay. Nice.
I like that. And then one other, Michael Porter Jr. So wing small forward is a good matchup. I like his PR here. Wing small forwards averaging 25.3 PR since February 1st. His line's 22.5. He's done this in his last 7 of 10 overall, averaging 26 PR. His last 4 of 5 overall, averaging 28.2 PR. And his last 7 of 10 on the road, averaging 25 PR.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you weren't on Jamal Murray.
He's questionable.
He's questionable, but
the point guard matchup's insane.
Right. Dame just put up 71 against them, right?
The point guard matchup's unreal. So I'd even like Reggie Jackson too here. If Murray doesn't play, Reggie Jackson is like a grand slam home run to play here. But yeah, Murray's in a phenomenal spot. All
right. I just went with a first quarter play. That's why I got excited when you said it. I like Jokic, 3.5 rebounds in the first quarter. He's done this in 7 of his last 10 games. And in the 2 games against Houston so far this year, he had 5 rebounds and 4 rebounds.
Okay.
It was like minus 110 or something like that, so decent odds. He plays 9.7 minutes in the first quarter. Very consistent.
Yeah.
He'll play the first 9.5 to 10 minutes, and then he's out.
That's done.
So
That's
don't get upset if he gets yanked out of the game with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. He's only got 3 rebounds. That's just what he plays. But I think Houston's not a bad rebounding team, but I just think Jokic will kind of defers too in these when he plays against these poor performing teams.
Yeah,
his assist line in the first quarter is also decent. 2.5 assists in his 2 games against Houston. He had 4 assists and 6 assists in the first quarter. So whichever one you like, I think they're both good plays for this game.
He doesn't like to show the other team up. He's
Yeah, look at the All-Star game, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't score in the All-Star game.
No.
Because he's he's a gentleman.
That's right. A real gentleman.
Real gentleman. All right. Next, we got the Kings at the Thunder. Thunder -3. Total is 236 because it's a Kings game. Has to be a minimum of 235 points. What do you like here? There's one guy to target, right?
Yeah. I mean, they just played 2 days ago. We're running back every play from that game. It's just impossible not to. Isaiah Joe. He got SGA out again. Isaiah Joe, over 16.5 points. He's averaging 24 points in the games without SGA, and he had 24 in that game against Sacramento on Saturday. I also like his par, 22.5. He'd probably get there on points alone, averaging almost 30 par in his last 4 games without SGA. Had 27 par in that game against Sacramento on Sunday. So,
yeah, although he didn't have until like 6 minutes left in the game. I don't think he had another stat other than points. So I do kind of like his points a little bit better than the par.
But yeah.
And he didn't score. I don't know if you watched that game, but he didn't score.
He had like 1 point.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did all that damage in the last like 18 minutes of the game or something.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, and then I'm going back to the well with Lou Dort. I know he let us down last game, but he's not gonna do it again. I'm gonna go with his PR though, not his par this time. It's 22.5 PR. He's done in all 6 games SGA's missed this season. Lou Dort's covered this. He's averaging 26 par in those 6 games, 26 PR in those 6 games. So he's not letting us down two games in a row.
Yeah. He was weird too, right? He had like 5 rebounds in the first half and then finished, I think, with 5 rebounds.
Yeah.
So,
and a bunch of so many missed, like unconverted assists, that would have cleared him last time. He had a 3, in the last 2 minutes that didn't go, that almost went in. So he was super close. He should have got there.
Yeah. Okay. And then anybody on the King side?
Yeah, I'm not getting off Keegan Murray this time. He's got something against OKC. I don't know what it is. Power forwards averaging 24.5 points and 7 rebounds per game against OKC. So I like both those lines for him. 11.5 points. He's done his 2 games against OKC, 20-29, and 4.5 rebounds. His 2 games against OKC, 6 and 14. So I love both of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's good. I think he's a good shooter. So he could easily put up 2-3 threes and then just get that in the second half. So I like that.
Yeah.
All right.
And the other one is your wing shooting guards against OKC. Also a great matchup. So that's Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk. There weren't lines out for them yet, but I should definitely look at those guys later, averaging 22 points per game, 6 assists per game. All the combos too are top fives. Yeah.
Yeah. Sabonis is a good play too. Rebounds and assists over 21.5. That's a monstrous number, but it's plus 100. He's done it only in 4 of his last 10 games, but in his 2 games against OKC this year, he's had 23, which was the last game, and actually in January he had 27 RA. So
it's his old team.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. RA his last 4 against OKC. He's cleared in all 4. 23, 27, 23, 28.
And actually his rebounds are probably even more compelling. Over 13.5 rebounds, minus 125. I think he's done this in 4 of his last 5 games and cleared in both against I think he cleared in both against OKC.
No, he didn't. He had 13.
Did he have 13 and 1? Yeah, 13 and 1 and 15 in the other.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. It's a high line, but he should.
Yeah, I think I like that RA.
Yeah. All right, cool. But I think I like the Keegan. If you're going to play somebody on the King side, I like Keegan Murray probably even better just because it's a nice low line.
Yeah.
All right. Pacers at the Mavs. Mavs minus 9. Totals 237. Neither of these teams can rebound. I'll just start by saying that.
Yeah. So against Indiana, you have both your forward positions was power forward, small forward, both like a top 5 rebounding matchup, averaging both over 7 rebounds per game for your forwards. So that's fortunately they don't have a lot of forward. They got rid of DFS. So
right.
Reggie Bullock is like their forward. I don't know. Bertans is out, so no one really to go to there. Also your wing small forward, which is Hardaway, averaging 6 rebounds per game. So wings shooting guard, 5.5 rebounds per game. So you're right. Yeah, rebounds are where to go. I just didn't land on any here. I don't actually have anything on the Dallas side. I got a couple on Indiana.
What about Christian Wood? Is he playing? There's
no lines out yet. He is playing. It's a great matchup. Big centers averaging 18.5 points per game since February 1st. So that was one of my I was eyeing that one, but I didn't see lines yet.
Yeah, that's weird. He doesn't even start anymore either. They put Dwight Powell back in.
He doesn't play that many minutes though.
Right? No, he starts and then he and then I think Wood gets the majority of the minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. That team is kind of a little dysfunctional right now.
Oh, baby, yeah.
Right? I was watching the game. It was the first game I saw, and it's weird. Kyrie doesn't even play point guard when Luka's in the game.
Well, Luka's the point guard.
I know, but it's like when Luka's out, Kyrie runs the show. Then when Luka comes in, Kyrie shifts to a 2 guard. It's kind of weird playing 2 different positions half the game.
Yeah, people thought it was going to be a good trade, but I don't know. Doesn't seem to be working out.
It's like these guys haven't played together, and they just lost half their team. So you give them some time, but it looks a little weird right now.
Yeah.
All right, cool. What about a Pacers side?
Yeah, so I like the best place to target the Mavs. They're really good defensively most places, but your wings are where to look. So I like Buddy Hield here, over 7.5 rebounds and assists. Is plus 120. He's done this in 6 of 7 this season on 2 days rest. He's done it in his last 10 of 12 on 2 days rest. He's done it in his last 8 of 10 on the road, averaging 9.1 rebounds and assists. And if you just really want to drill down, 2 days rest on the road, he's played 3 games this season, 9 RA, 8, and 10. So, Buddy, something about that extra rest and being on the road. This is a great spot for him. Wing small forwards averaging 4.1 assists per game against Dallas since February 1st. So it's a good matchup for him here. And then the other one I liked was your other wing, Ben Mathurin, over 20.5 PR. So wing shooting guards are averaging 27.8 PR against Dallas since February 1st. His line's 20.5. He's done this in his last 7 of 10 on the road, averaging 24 PR over those last 10 games on the road.
It's a pretty consistent scorer.
Yeah.
Look at his last 6 games, 19, 19, 14, 21, 16.
His minutes started to dip
22.
a little bit there, but then they seem to be
Not
okay.
really.
Yeah.
Plays 30 minutes a game.
Yeah.
So what was the line again? 20.5
20.5 PR. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can get there just on points.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like I said,
Nice.
that position's averaging 27.8 PR since February 1st against Dallas.
Yeah, he plays with the second unit, right?
Yeah.
So that opens up a lot of shots.
Especially against Dallas. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Not very deep.
No. You're right. Their second unit is pretty poor.
Yeah.
All right. I liked Miles Turner rebounds. 8.5 rebounds. He's done this in 6 of his last 10 games. Just looking at the last couple matchups against Dallas, we talked about Vanderbilt had 17 rebounds. In the same game, AD had 15 rebounds. Zach Collins had 12 rebounds in the game before that, and Jokic had 13 rebounds in the game before that. So bigs seem to be really dominating on the boards. So
nice.
Miles Turner, this is going to be close. If he gets there, we'll get 9 or 10 is my guess. But what do you think?
I like it. Maybe the reason he does so well against Dallas, he is a Texas guy. He went to Texas. He's from Texas. I'm looking here. I don't know where Bedford, Texas is, but so maybe that's why. Maybe he gets up for these games because he's got family and whatnot coming to see him. But yeah, I like that. I think it's a good matchup for sure. Yeah.
All right, cool. Let's move on. We got the Blazers at the Warriors. Warriors are -4. The Warriors have only lost, despite their subpar season. They've only lost 7 games at home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Their
home road splits are insane.
Oh boy, I just looked up where Bedford, Texas is. It's probably a 20-minute drive to Dallas.
Oh baby, oh baby, that's why. I told you.
It's right in between Fort Worth and Dallas.
Love the narrative. That's it, baby.
Okay. Assuming he enjoyed growing up there. The Warriors are -4 in this game. Totals 235.5. What do you got here?
All right. Bigs against Portland is one of the best matchups on the board here. There's only one center on the entire roster for Golden State. It's Kevon Looney. So it doesn't matter the stat you look at, points, rebounds, assists, and every combo thereof, all primo matchups against Portland. So I like his rebounds, 11.5 rebounds. He's done it in 6 straight games, averaging 14.2 rebounds per game. And he's also done it in his last 7 of 9 games without Wiggins, averaging 14.1 rebounds per game. And then I also like his rebounds and assists. It's 13.5. He's done it in the rebounds were 6 straight. Rebounds and assists, he's done in 7 straight, averaging 16.1 rebounds and assists. And also 7 of 9 without Wiggins, averaging 16.7 rebounds and assists.
Yeah. That's nice. What's oh, wow. Look at his last 6 games, you said.
6 straight.
What is the impact of Draymond coming back to the lineup, though? Because it looks like Draymond will be back today for the first time.
Draymond impacts him.
No? I mean, Draymond's good for 7 or 8 boards. Are those coming off of him or no?
Don't know. I know he does get run with the second unit, too.
I mean, regardless, he's averaging 13 rebounds. So
let's see
in
here.
The last 6, so.
Games with Draymond. Games without Draymond. 17, 13, 17. Games with Draymond. Yeah. Actually, he's done it in his last 4 games: 15, 14, 13, 13 with Draymond, He's actually done it in less without Draymond. So
all right, perfect.
Yeah.
Don't understand why, but we'll take it. All right. Anybody on the
Blazers?
I
got one more for Golden State. So wing small forward against Portland. Great matchup, averaging 24 points per game, 29.5 par since February 1st. So Clay, I like Clay 26.5 points. His last 2 games against Portland, he had 31 in each game. His last 7 of 10 games without Wiggins, he's cleared this, and he's averaging 31.1 points per game. And then if you look at his home games without Wiggins and Curry, he's done this in 6 straight games at home without Wiggins and Curry, averaging 10 points more than his line, 36.3 points per game.
Look at his last 2 games. He had 42 against Houston, and the total was only 217, and 32 against Minnesota, and the total was only 213.
Wow.
This is projected to be a 235-point game. Wow. So higher scoring should yield some good results. Yeah. So I think I like that.
I like his par too. It's 33.5. His last 2 against Portland, 39 and 37. He's done this in 10 of 11 without Wiggins at home, averaging 40.5 par. And he's done this in 7 straight games at home without Wiggins and Curry, averaging 43.3 par. Again, 10 points higher than his line.
Yeah, he's really trying to put the team on his back right now. All right. Anybody on the Blazers side? Dame. I think his line was 68 points tonight.
Not a great matchup. I stayed away. The best place to target Golden State is assists for bigs. So I like Drew Eubanks over 1.5 assists is -120. He's done it in 6 of 10. And centers against Golden State averaging 4.2 assists per game since February 1st. So I like that. And then your other one were your wing small forwards. So that's Sharp and Tybal. Tybal's super low usage, so I wouldn't go there, but averaging 20.5 points per game. So maybe if Sharp had some lines come out later, maybe I might take a shot, but he's all over the place, so nothing really here.
I'm glad you mentioned Tybal.
What do you got on Tybal, my friend?
Found a little sneaky play, and I don't know how low his usage is. On Philly, certainly, he was playing 10 minutes a game, but in his last 4 games on the Blazers, 26 minutes, 30 minutes, 27 minutes, 36 minutes.
Wow.
I like his assists. 2 assists is over 1.5 assists is plus 118. He's had in those 4 games, he's had 2, 1, 2, 2. So he's done it 3 out of 4 games. I never thought I would dig this deep into him. Just always thought of him as a defensive player.
Yeah.
But he's played 25 minutes in 6 games this season, and he's crossed 2 assists, 4 out of 6 games. And the other way you can go with him would also be 2 steals, which is plus 105. Same thing in 6 games with 25 plus minutes. He's done this in 4 out of 6. His 4 games with Portland, he's got 2 steals, 4 steals, and 1 steal in the first game. So his last 3, 2, 2, and 4. So that's also good value, especially going up against the Warriors, who in the last 3 games are averaging 10.3 steals allowed, which is one of the highest in the league.
Wow.
So, yeah, the Warriors have been very careless with the ball this year.
Interesting.
So you can go either way. He's definitely more of a defensive player, so steals might be smarter, but the assists were popping. I guess when you got a guy scoring 71 points, somebody's got to throw him the ball. So
yeah.
So either way.
All right.
The only time we play him
I like
year.
it. I was looking for something for him earlier. Couldn't find it, but I think maybe you did. So.
Yeah. Their lineup is funny though. It's like I think half their lineup is guys who they just traded for. So
I know it's like Ryan Arcidiacono. He I don't know how many minutes he logged for the Knicks this year, but it wasn't many. And now he's had some decent games for them, getting some decent playing time. So
good for him. He's another Villanova guy, right?
He is. Yeah. That's right.
The Villanova guys all got traded.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the Spurs at the Jazz. Jazz are -10, totals 236. I think these teams just played, right, on February 25th?
Yeah.
What do you like here?
Okay. Bigs against the Spurs, great matchup, averaging 18.4 points per game since February 1st. So I like our man. He might be making his way up to our team here, Walker Kessler. 12.5 points, -125. He's done this in his last 6 of 10 at home. And his last 4 games on 2 days rest, 13, 14, 13, 13. So he's just making it, but I think it's a good spot for him.
He only had 9 against the Spurs, though, when they just played. What's up with that?
I don't know what's up with that.
What's his rebound line? Oh, my God. Look at his blocks. His last 5 games, 5 blocks, 7 blocks, 3 blocks, 2
Crazy.
and 2. I'm going to look at that. That might be a good play against the Spurs.
He's cleared rebounds in 4 of 5.
What is it, 11.5 or
11.5? He's averaging 12.8 over his last 5.
That might be a better play.
And the one he missed, he actually only played 19 minutes in that game. So if he had crossed that one out, then he's done it in 4 straight.
Minutes. Yeah. All right.
Something about 2 days rest looks good on him, especially scoring wise. So I don't know. And then it's actually a great matchup for Lauri Markkanen, power forwards, averaging 24 points per game, over 7 rebounds per game. He just seems to be a little up and down lately. So I couldn't find something I really like. But this no Sexton, no Clarkson. Those are the other big scorers. So somebody's got to score for this team. So I have a feeling Markkanen has a good game here, but I don't know. Did you look at him at all?
I wanted to look at him just because the matchup screamed it, but I couldn't find anything either. So I'll lay off of him until he gets more consistent again.
But I have one on the Spurs side that's really nice.
Your favorite player on the Spurs?
Malachi?
No.
Sohan?
Yeah.
You're on it too, the points?
Yeah, 13.5 points.
Dude.
Done in 7 out of the last 10 games, -125 and 22 against Utah the other day.
Yeah, it's actually 8 of 10. That one game he got hurt, he only played it like 7 minutes. Like X that game out, he's done an 8 of 10, averaging 16.7 points per game. He's done this in his last 4 of 5 on 2 days rest, averaging 18.6. His last 4 of 6 on the road, averaging 14.7. And he had 22 in that game against Utah on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm a little afraid if we play him, Malachi is going to have like a monster game. So I have to play both of them.
Not a great matchup for Malachi. Much better here for Sohan. So
yeah,
I like that. And then one other, I liked Keldon Johnson, 8.5 rebounds and assists. So wing small forwards, averaging 9.6 rebounds and assists since February 1st. His line's 8.5. His last 5 games against Utah, 10, 8, 11, 8, 10. So he got hooked twice, but so it's 3 of 5, but very close, almost 5 of 5. And over his last 3 games, he's averaging 12.3 RA.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah. It was
last
not over yet.
Woo. No, it's a monster day.
It is.
We'll be quick here. T-Wolves at the Clippers. Clippers are -6.5. Totals 234. What do you like here?
I don't have anything for the Clippers.
I have one play on the Clippers.
What do you got?
I like Westbrook. 15.5 points, -120. 2 games on the Clippers so far. He's had 17 and 17. Yeah. Point guards are a good matchup against the T-Wolves, and he had 18 against Minnesota last time they played when he was on the Lakers. So.
Yeah, that's a good one. I kind of overlooked that one. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking about him too much. But, combo guards, 24.8 points per game. So, yeah, I like
and
that.
He's running the point there now.
Yeah.
So the ball's in his hand a lot, so I like that.
All right. I did have a couple here on the Minnesota side. So big rebounding against the Clippers is really nice. 12 rebounds per game since February 1st. So Gobert's line is 11.5. He's done it in 5 straight games, including twice this season against the Clippers. He had 21 rebounds against the Clippers on January 6th. He's done this in his last 7 of 10 overall, averaging 13 rebounds per game, and his last 4 of 5 on the road, averaging 13.2 rebounds per game.
Would you play it up to 13? Because I think some of the sites were actually going up to 12.5 already.
Oh, yeah. Gets a little dicey there.
A little dicey? Yeah.
A little dicey there. I like that he had 21 rebounds against them on, January 6th. But, yeah, not as compelling at 12.5, but still probably good. So this other one was nice. So your big/power forwards, who Kyle Anderson falls into, averaging 28 points per game against the Clippers since February 1st. His line's 10.5. He's an LA guy playing in LA. Last 2 games against the Clippers, he had 12 and 13. He's done this in his last 4 of 5 overall, averaging 12 points per game. And his last 4 or 5 on the road, averaging also 12 points per game.
Nice.
Slow-mo. And then it's a good spot for Edwards, too, I think. Wings averaging 20 points per game. So obviously 20 points per game is low for Edwards, but it's, on average, it's a better output. So I don't have anything, but just wanted to
I thought his steals line was decent, too. Both of these teams have been coughing up the ball like crazy in the last 3 games. The addition of Westbrook certainly does that. But yeah, his steals line was 1.5. I thought that was a good value. He's done that. I don't have the stats, but it was pretty good. So
I like that.
All right, that does it.
Did we do it? We made it.
Yeah, man. It's a journey to get through 10 games.
That's for sure.
But all good.
All right. We're going to circle the wagons, regroup, make our picks, and we'll be up on Twitter shortly. Nice work.
All right. Bye.